Welcome, Pisces, to 12th House Tarot Reading. My name is Mouse. I am your host. This is a general reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising for the week of August 12 to 18. I almost said July. 2024. Hello, Pisces. How are you? What is going on? What is new with you? I would usually read last week's title here, but I rearranged my office. I moved this desk from my living room, which was fine when I had it, to my office room. And I'm blessed to be able to have that kind of space. And then I moved my art easel and painting supplies up into the living room. So hopefully I will be painting more, which is something I haven't been doing. And I need to, because it really brings me a lot of joy. Perhaps I'll share the paintings with you at some point. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. So my point is, if you're feeling stagnant in your life, go ahead and move some furniture around. Take things down off the walls. Put new things up on the walls. Create a clean slate in a room. Like, get some new dishes. I've done that. I buy my stuff at Goodwill. So when I find a pattern that I like, I'll spend the $6 or $8 on the dishes and either redonate my old ones or give them to a family that needs them and, pass the love, right? Pass it on. Pisces, what's going on, friends? What is going on? I know, almost 2 minutes in, and we haven't gotten anywhere. Welcome back. Welcome, new people. We do a past, present, and future spread here, with clarifiers for each. Obviously, my interpretation of what it all means, Alfie. And we will see what your storyline is for this coming week. Rolling the sleeves up. Starting strong with the Tower, Pisces. Whee! And then we have the Lovers. And then we have the Queen of Cups. All right. So the way I look at this, these are just the chapters, the chapter titles, and then we'll go into each one. So first glance, as they say, we have something has changed. Something is coming up from under. I'm sorry if you can hear that neighborhood dog. If you can't, then don't worry about it. I can. Anyway. So something's coming up, something's changing. This could be big, it could be monumental, it could be little. It could just be a pattern that you change. We have Lovers in the present position here. Again, this can always be you and your higher self, first and foremost, as it always should be. Just to be clear, your first relationship is to you. So, before you start bringing in another person, gender aside, before you start bringing another person, platonic or otherwise, before you start bringing in another person, you need to be right with your house. That's it. And if I had told myself that for the previous 4 relationships I was in, I might be a different person today. There's my therapy session with you. So then we have the Queen of Cups, and she is all about emotional maturity. She's all about trust and flow of your intuition. I like to think that she is the heart chakra of this suit of the set of cards. Don't know if that's true. That's how I feel for her. Like, she's the heart, whereas like the King of Swords is the mental and the head, the thinking mind. Pentacles are being grounded. Anyway, let's go over here to the Tower and see what else we have that'll clarify the Tower. Okay. So when I see the 8 of Pentacles, I think of work. Oh, and there's some kind of conflict that's happening, friends, with the 5 of Wands. And then money comes into play with the 4 of Pentacles. So, question mark. So the question mark is, like, at face value, if I'm looking at this at face value, We're looking at, like, I could take it literally, an upheaval at work, conflict with, staff, team, employees, employer, and for you to, watch your paycheck, watch your money, make sure you're not getting taken for a ride. That's the energy. When this Four of Pentacles usually shows up, it means keep your money tight to yourself, don't go spending it. But in this energy, I feel like somebody at work is pulling a fast one. So if they're stealing time, money, resources, something to consider. If you're going up against somebody at work for some reason, maybe you have to fight for that raise. It's interesting because it's very work related over here. We might pull an oracle card about all of this in a minute. We'll see. But that's the energy that shows up for me, at least. So take it for what it's worth. And maybe there is some kind of upheaval. You can let me know in the comments. There's maybe a staffing change, a shift change, an environment change, some kind of a change that's happening here. And maybe it's a good change. Maybe you are getting the raise. Maybe you have been able to raise your rates, or you are getting a bonus or a promotion. That could be a tower moment too, okay? It doesn't have to always be negative. It's a change in the paradigm, and this is definitely that. So let's go over here, my Pisces, to the Lovers and see what shows up for that. We have choices with the 7. I'm not always a fan of the 7 of Cups. I just want you to know that, because to me, it shows up as a little bit of chaos with all this smoke and mirrors and just like things that, if you didn't know any better, you'd be like, oh, look at that beautiful shiny cup on top. I want that one because it's on top. And you're like, bro, it has a snake in it. You don't really want it. Like, just to be conscientious of that when there are choices to be made, let the smoke settle. You don't need to make a decision right now about this. All right, let's see if these stay in focus, because this hasn't been wanting to stay in focus today. And there it goes. Thank you, friends. Well, we have the 9 of Pentacles with that. So again, I guess that taps into you don't have to make a decision right away. We're standing in the garden. Everything is fine as it is. We don't need to make a decision right away about these lovers. Again, this could be platonic. It could be any kind of relationship here. Five of Cups. Sorry, I had a yawn. I don't know why. It's our second 5 showing up. And let me just look around. Don't fall into FOMO here. Fear of missing out. Because you're taken care of. You are so taken care of. You can, if you're looking at the past here, Pisces, with this 5 of Cups, if you're looking at the past, just take the knowledge that you need from there. You don't have to cry about this. You could just take what you need, leave the rest, take these 2 cups and go on over to this village over here, because you're fine, because the life still moves forward, right? We can't sit in the past over here. All right. So just know that there's choices to be made. There's not a rush to it, but there needs to be some movement. All right. It's really interesting, because it feels like it's 2 different parts of your life that are showing up here, work and interpersonal relationships. And although those can be the same, Queen of Cups is here. And we spoke about this, emotional maturity, following your intuition. So that's what she's asking you to do here. We have a decision to be made. Keep your moral ground, is what this 3 of Wands is going to say to me. There is a loss that's going to be occurring. With this Three of Swords, even though it denotes a loss, I'm often just inclined to think almost like, oh, thank goodness. Because not all losses are bad, friends. Thank goodness. Oh, thank God. The trash took out itself is the energy behind this for me right now. The trash took out itself. So, yeah. And then there's a victory. Are you serious? Okay. What, A, you're going to be fine. B, just, it's just real interesting. I don't see this moving quickly. So give yourself some space, give yourself some breath to process this, to assess it, particularly the Seven of Cups, to just, I feel like each of these things needs its own energy and own time to process. So create space in your life to do that. Again, if you are not meditating, and I'll say this till the cows come home, please start meditating and journaling. And meditation only needs to be 5 minutes. It's soon enough, it'll probably be 15 to 20 a day. But start somewhere, because meditation is going to help you to stay centered, grounded, and clear-headed while having to make these decisions in each one of these phases of this coming week for yourself. Keeping in mind Mercury is retrograde, that Pluto is doing some funky stuff. You might need to get your chart read. You might want to listen to a YouTuber who's all about astrology and Pisces. What is your sun and moon? Like, go ahead and, put those all together. If you want a reference for somebody who does birth charts or star charts, birth natal charts, that's the word. Hit me up. I will definitely. I have someone on my website if you are inclined, in the connections website of like community or something. And that's all in the description if you are inclined to do that. She's amazing. But I feel like take your time in each phase of this coming week. Just be present in the now moment as this unfolds for you. Just be present. Don't go wandering off into the future of things. And you don't have to make a decision right here at all. So that's it, Pisces. That's my message to you. Be patient. Take your time. No quick decisions, okay? All right. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you being here. We're not doing clarifiers. There's nothing to clarify. And we will be back next week. So take care of you.